What's up, guys? Welcome to All Up in the Mix. It's David, and I know I've been MIA, but I'm back, and today I got a special treat for you. You know, a lot of artists come into recording sessions with YouTube beats, and sometimes it's not the best quality, but today I'm going to show you what I would do to a YouTube beat to get it a bit fuller and punchier, and let's get started. So the first step is to analyze the beat. This beat I got from Gross God Mag, and it's just a random violin gunna type beat. So we're gonna listen to it with no plugins on. You know, it sounds really good, but I think I can make it sound better. First thing I did was lowered it 3 dB, just so I have some headroom to play with. And I noticed that it's lacking a lot of punch. So my favorite plugin to add some punch is the SPL Transient Designer. What that does is it accentuates the transients in the beginning of each sound. So, you know, a snare has a very, very sharp transient. A hi-hat has a very sharp transient. And that's what we're looking at here. These are transients. This SPL Transient Designer, if I turn it all the way up, it's gonna turn up that transient. If I turn it all the way down, it's gonna take the attack away from it. So what I'm gonna do is give it a little bit of attack and then see what it does on the 808 and the hi-hat. This is without. It gives it more of a punch. I'm gonna make it drastic so you can hear it. This is without. So it almost sounds like there's a kick behind it now. That's the first thing I would do to make up for the lack of punch. The lack of punch sometimes comes from over limiting, and this kind of restores that. The second thing I would add is the Ozone 8 imager. This is my favorite imager because it has multi-band capabilities, and the way I'm going to use it today is I'm going to separate it into 4 bands as so, hit stereo wise so that this module is active. And then I'm gonna spread band 2 and band 3. So band 2 is 150 hertz to 2K, and then band 3 is 2K to 10K. What I'm gonna do is give them a little juice and see what it does. This is with nothing, guys. You can see by this meter that almost all the information is down the center. This is left, this is right, this is center. Watch what happens. This is drastic, but I'm just gonna try to show you guys. See, now we have a lot of information on the sides. I turn it down a little bit because I don't need it that much. This is without the widener. This is with. Sure, I might give my low end some of it too, just a tiny bit. See how it sounds? I like it. I'm gonna keep that, and then I'm also gonna widen it a little bit more with this Shep 73. This is supposed to be a Neve 1073 emulation that Waves makes. And the way I use it is in MS mode. So there's stereo mode, duo mode, and MS mode, and the MS mode is how I use it most often. That gives me full control of mid and side. So this knob here, or this slider, is gonna be the mid. This is gonna be the sides. I'm gonna give it a little boost on the sides, about 1.5 dB. And then also the high shelf is boosting 12K and up. I'm gonna boost the sides. This is also the side, and this is the mid. So this whole module here controls the mid. This whole module here controls the side. I'm gonna cut off a little bit of low end, so minus 80 hertz, and then I'm gonna add and everything above 12K, about 2 dB. This is gonna supplement the 808 by giving it a little bit of high-end information on the sides. So this is without it, and this is with it. It makes it sound a little bit more exciting, you know? The next thing I'm gonna do is scoop out some of the super lows just to make some headroom available. Right now I have 27 hertz being cut by 3 dB, I believe. And it's just doing a very little. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit of low end information, but I'm gonna make it up with this Pultec EQP1A. So I'm gonna select 100 hertz and give it a boost of about 2 dB. This is without. So it's more of like the high end of the 808. It's not the low, it's not the body of it, but it's where it's most audible. So even if you listen to this on laptops or your phone, you're gonna be able to hear that. Second to last, I'm gonna add this neutron exciter by iZotope. What this does is it adds a little bit of saturation, but only in a designated frequency. Right now I have it between 200 and 600 hertz. And you know, you have different kinds of saturation: retro, tape, tube, and warm. My favorite for this application is retro. I'm gonna start at 0 so you guys can hear what I'm doing. I'm gonna go high. It's affecting the lows of the strings a lot, so I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Because with this, I wanna bring up the low mids of the 808. So this is gonna give it a fuller sound. Take it down a little bit. So far, I'm gonna show you guys the sound or the beat with nothing on it, which is this, with everything on it. It's really affecting the strings and the higher frequency elements of the song, while also taming the 808 and making sure that everything stays nice and loud while having space for the vocals. Last thing I'm going to do is add a limiter, and my favorite personally is the FabFilter Pro L2, just because they have different styles and you have full control of attack and release and oversampling, and I don't know, overall it just sounds really good. And with this plugin I'm going to add 6 dB and get about, I think, 4 to 6 dB of compression. This is just bringing up the overall volume of the track. And you know, this is, I'm just showing you guys to get a loud beat, because once you got vocals in it, it's going to be different, and you're not going to be able to turn it up this loud without, you know, certain elements clipping. So this is just as a guideline, you know, don't judge me for it. I just want to help you guys achieve a loud sounding 2-track. So this is with nothing on it. And this is with everything on it. You know, there are subtle differences, but I feel like these plugins have definitely added a different dimension and sort of like a width and the fullness of the beat. You know, I took away a little bit of the lows of the 808, but I feel like now it's a more listenable song. And you know, know, that's gonna translate to different mediums. Like you can play this in a car with no subs. You can play this on your iPhone. You can play this on your laptop, and it's still gonna sound pretty good. If you have a track with too much bass and everything else kind of ducked up under it, you're not gonna really hear volume. You know what I mean? Well, there you have it. I hope today's video was useful. And like always, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like the video. And if you like it, share it with your boys and your homegirls that are into the same game. And until next time, this is David with All Up in the Mix. I'll see y'all later. Peace.